Kalala Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Bahashem, Racha, Wadash. Double honors to the elders of Jim Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Today's lesson, Sasquatch, a.k.a. Bigfoot, which is also known as Bigfoot. And when it comes to the Sasquatch, a.k.a. Bigfoot, there have been many sightings, but the most credible evidence comes from the vast testimonies given by many of the Native American Indian tribes. Is Sasquatch real? Since the first alleged finding of Sasquatch footprints in 1811, several people have claimed to have found such footprints or to have seen Sasquatch, and some have purported documentary evidence. However, scholars and scientific researchers have pointed out that no investigator has produced a physical body or other verifiable evidence, and they do not recognize Sasquatch existence. But if that's the case, that no investigator has produced a physical body or other verifiable evidence as to Sasquatch's existence, then why do you have so many park rangers coming out and saying differently? And why do you have, if that's the case, then why do you have a well-known Air Force base in the eastern part of Washington State in Spokane County claiming on their detailed government topographical map to be aware of Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, under their list of dangerous animals? This information was issued by the government itself onto those trainees upon the Survival Training School in Washington.
Now, really interesting, I talked to one of our viewers. His name was Anthony. We've been talking about his story. He's talked to him a while ago. He is from northeastern Washington, lives up there, and up in northeast Washington they have a survival school called the Fairchild Air Force Survival School. And they take teams of people and go out into the wilderness and train them in similar types of techniques as these guys were doing. And they would government issue a map, a topographical map for them, put in their packs to bring with them. Printed on the map was the state of Washington and the area that they were in. Very detailed topographical map. On the back side of this map, and he sent me pictures of this, and I found pictures on the internet as well. Really interesting. Big map folds out. On the back side, there's tips on using compasses, wilderness travel techniques, staying hydrated, different things on different tips on the map. Also, there was a section called Dangerous Animals. And they would list these dangerous animals and show a little illustration of each animal for identification. They had moose, bear, mountain lion, bobcat, badger, some other animals. In amongst this list was Sasquatch, with an illustration of a Sasquatch. Below it, in parentheses, it said Bigfoot. This was issued by the government to these people in this survival training school in Washington. Really interesting. I just thought I would mention that in context to not talking about this type of event for people that are in training. really pretty wild. But Miles said that he always wondered what they would have actually saw had they continued to follow these tracks, and what they really would have seen. And he knows pretty much deep down it had to be a Sasquatch.
Now my question is, if there was no such evidence to support Bigfoot's existence, then why would you put Sasquatch among the list of dangerous animals? So I say, with evidence such as this, you tend to wonder of the other secrets that Uncle Sam is really hiding. But here I have a list of names that the so-called Native American Indian tribes utilized for all the Bigfoots they encountered and knew. This comes to you by the online book of the Encyclopedia of Cryptozoology, a global guide to hidden animals. And under the name Bigfoot, as you can clearly see here, it mentions all the names given unto the Sasquatch by the different tribes. It goes on to say, Bigfoot was Scotland's Nessie and the Himalayan Yeti, the North American hominid, commonly known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch, ranks as one of the cryptozoology's reigning superstars. And like those other famous cryptids, Bigfoot has apparently been playing hide and seek with humankind throughout recorded history. Long before the first European explorers discovered the Americas, Aboriginal tribes knew the hairy bipedal giants under a bewildering array of names, including Atazaya, the Zuni, those were the Zuni Indians that gave them that name, Box, Belacula, Choanito, Wenatchee, Savits, Shoshone, Esti, Kapkaki, Seminole, Gogu, Mi'kmaq, Ekatoimix, Quinault, Yaryin, the Hare, Kushtaka, Tlingit, Lupo Oyes, Miwok, Manabaywok, Menominee, Nalusa, Falaya, the Choctaw, the Oma, Yurok, Pasnuta, Omaha, Rugaru, Ojibwe, Siat, Klalam, Tokemusi, Algonquin, Urayuli, Inuit, Wendigo, Athabascan, Zilgo Nehalem, Tillamook, and Yetso, which are the Navajo. The Navajo gave them that name. Further reading says, European colonists in North America not only heard the native names and legends of those beasts, but also saw the animals themselves. From the first years of the 19th century, sightings of unknown hominids or apes continue to the present day. So as you can see here, these sightings continue on to the present day. And how can all these sightings be wrong throughout the years? This proves that the legendary Bigfoot exists. Even forensic experts' reports have proven that the Sasquatch exists. When it comes to the military, they know of the existence of the Sasquatch, of Bigfoot, especially when it comes to the Fairchild Air Force Base. That's why the government built the topographical survival landscape map for the trainees. And what about the alleged cover-up reports of the U.S. Special Forces hunting down and killing an entire family of dangerous Bigfoots in North Carolina? And when it comes to the earth, there are still many undiscovered things upon it. Especially when it comes to the sea. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And the Lord, Yahweh, wa Yahushai, He is in control of everything. And He shall put upon the minds of these spirits to do His will, to fulfill His will. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 39 and 29. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. All these were created for vengeance. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 39 and 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Teeth of wild beasts, as in the case of the Leviathan, the dogs, and of the other beasts of the earth. Here we have Jeremiah 15 and 3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, says the Lord. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And the Lord, Yahweh, wa Yahushai, has created the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. All these were made for vengeance, and to appease the wrath of him that made them. It's all about the will of the Lord. The Lord is beginning to bring many plagues upon the world due to that wickedness that hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And judgment shall come on a whole new different level. And this is the reason why many strange sightings of beasts are now being revealed. Death is coming on a whole different level. Many things that people have never seen before shall appear and will cause the people to fear to the point of death. And we are giving you warning of these things to come in these end times. But with that being said, Kalala Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Bahashem, Rahak, Wadash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel. Blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing His word in all sincerity. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah.